Alex Chairman over here at Movements for Life. Today's restorative segment is going to take us back down to the foot as we investigate some plantar fasciitis. Now, we rolled the plantar fascia in an earlier video many moons ago, but we're going to bring it back and do a little bit of a different technique for two different areas. And it's not just going to apply compressive forces, which a lot of soft tissue work usually involves, whether you're using a lacrosse ball, a foam roller, frozen water bottle, doesn't matter. It's essentially the same premise where you're really compressing and mashing those tissues. So for today, two different areas that we're going to focus on is the plantar fascia, and then we're going to get up into the calf and the anterior tibialis, and we're going to apply more of a pin and stretch. So with pinning and stretching, it implies an element of compression, and then as you're compressing into it, you want to be able to load and stretch the tissues that you are actually rolling. So starting with the plantar fascia, conveniently, I'm going to start through, if this is the bottom of your foot, you're going to have 5 different bands that you want to get into, and you're just going to start from the big toe and make your way down towards the heel. You don't have to get onto your heel. The plantar fascia that inserts where your heel actually starts, your calcaneus, is going to be right around here. So I'm really going to be rolling from, again, big toe knuckles. You can actually see the gray line in my sock, and making your way back down to about here. All right, so I'm going to follow big toe knuckle, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then there is another segment. Even though we only have 5 toes, there is a 6th element or a 6th line that you have to hit, according to Thomas Myers. So getting into all of those and applying that pin and stretch. So compressing the plantar fascia as you inch your way down, and then essentially trying to scrunch the ball and then trying to open up away from it. So you can do this either seated, and what I'm doing is I'm really just putting my upper body weight into that ball by way of my thighs. So just really leaning some body weight into it. If that's not aggressive enough, or depending on who you are and what you have going on, you could also stand up and start putting some body weight into it as well. But apply the same thought process of that pin and stretch. So you're just going to systematically make your way through all of those areas, starting at big toe, going down to your heel. All right. From there, getting into the second link in the chain, getting into the calf, so the gastroc and soleus, we play around with a different pin and stretch technique where essentially I'm going to cross and put my calf on my stance knee. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially use my hands to push into my kneecap, which is going to apply pin and stretch down below. So now I'm going to dorsiflex and plantar flex my foot. So that's going to apply compression, pushing into the knee, and then I'm going to flex my ankle. Now, added bonus, you could also get into your anterior tibialis, so your shin muscle, so the muscle that will dorsiflex, when it shortens, it'll dorsiflex your foot. When you plantar flex, it'll lengthen. So now I could get a nice twofer out of it, where I can take my own fingers, compress my shin into my knee so I get my gastroc, and then I could really start to get into my anterior tib. And what you want to do is when you identify your shin bone, you're going to go just to the outside of it. And there you have it. You're going to find some nasty stuff in there. All right, so make your way through there. You slide your leg down a little bit, and that makes its way up your gastroc, up your calf. So you kind of cross over from soleus into gastroc, and you're essentially hitting all those plantar flexors, the calf complex. Anterior tib's going to be nasty. So give this a whirl. We find huge success with this for a lot of our plantar fasciitis type clients who have any kind of foot, lower leg tightness. This will really unbound that entire compartment down below the knee. Of course, with plantar fasciitis, you can't ignore the hip as well. But I digress. That could be another video when we'll make your way up until like the TFL and into that outer hip. So give this a whirl, and as always, thanks so much for watching. See you next week. Oh.